Hey Los Angeles, this is Mark, and for the next few emails, I want to try and help people that are getting in ruts, or those of us that are getting in ruts with our training, help you to think about exercises and some options that are both progressions and regressions, and instead of thinking body parts, thinking categories of movements. We're not talking isolations such as a bicep curl or a leg extension, but major human movements that are broken down into categories of pushing, pulling, squatting, lunging, and rotating. First, I want to cover some options that you have, if you feel comfortable with it, as far as your pressing exercises. And what makes it easier to put together a program is talking about a horizontal and a vertical press. And I'll give you some terms here. And despite a couple of injuries, I'm going to try and demonstrate these exercises and help you maybe with your training. So with a press, we have horizontal pressing, and that can be us applying force, moving an object away from us, or moving us away from a stable surface. There's nothing wrong with the chest press machine. If you're comfortable with it, find that is an option for your horizontal push. Some other options though. I always prefer dumbbells when possible. It gives you the unilateral or single-sided training, a little bit more benefit as far as having to stabilize the movement. This is going to be just a flat dumbbell bench press, and just a couple fine points I want to cover. There's going to be a little bit of a trick getting in and out of the position. What I do is, what you can do, especially when you're getting heavier dumbbells, is rest them on the thighs. Key thing is make sure you get on the bench. And we just kind of rock back, bring them into our starting position, press, and return and back. A couple key points of what we don't want to do is we don't want to get into shoulder protraction and getting our head and spine involved in the movement. This is simply a elbow extension and a shoulder adduction movement. Okay? Simple as that. When we're finished, you can sit them on the thighs, rock up, set them on the floor, and we're good to go. Okay? Another option, kind of an advanced movement of a horizontal push, is a unstable surface press. I don't know if the camera's got an angle where you pick this up or not. There's a Bosa ball, and we can go with a Bosa push-up. Okay, have an element of an unstable surface there. If you need to regress it, then you can go with a modified push-up. It's not a girl's push-up, it's called a modified push-up. And we're going to be from the knee here, hip straight, doing our push-up like so. Okay? Taking it to a little bit more advanced type push-up is a stability ball push-up. If you do these, maybe start off with them against a surface that it's not going to move on you. I always prefer what's called a neutral grip. Okay, this being pronated, supinated, and this is a neutral grip. So thumbs are forward, body straight, down, and back up. And that's going to be affecting the chest area, triceps, shoulders, just like any other horizontal pushing movement would. Okay? A couple options on your vertical pushing. I always talk about relationships to the body. So if you're in a seated chest press, okay, you're pushing the handles away from you here. If you're lying on your back with a bench press, pushing the bar dumbbells away from you. Okay? If you're in a prone position, you're pushing your body away from the object, the surface. Okay? So it doesn't matter what position the body's in. It's always a horizontal to our torso, or perpendicular to our torso. Vertical or overhead movements sometimes can be a little tricky. We've got the overhead shoulder press machine. Again, I always like to prefer dumbbells when possible. If we have that shoulder mobility to where we can get the object above our ears without compensating at the back, just a simple dumbbell shoulder press, seated or standing. Taking it to a different level where the demands for stability are increased is what we call a bottom-up kettlebell press. Okay, so we've got to kind of control it not just by squeezing the handle keep it in place, but making sure that we've got a good, smooth, vertical press here. Okay? Kind of at an angle, but trying to give you a picture here. So this could be seated, it could be standing. Another way to do it is what we call half kneeling, or one knee. Knee is down, we've got the object here, press it up over our head so we don't get into compensation movements of the lower back. So those are some options for you. We can also change it to an incline. So just raise this adjustable bench to an incline. It's still going to be pretty much a horizontal push. Don't think that you have to do all of these, and don't think that you just concentrate on pushing exercise every day, because that's the cosmetic effect that you're looking for. Next time we're going to talk about pulling exercises, horizontal pulling, vertical pulling, because you have to maintain a muscular balance between the front side and back side. So today was horizontal pushes, vertical pushes, went through it kind of quick. Something we see people doing incorrectly a lot of times, like we talked about just a second ago, is if you're in a seated chest press, okay, again, it's elbow extension and shoulder adduction. We don't need to get into forelinks here involved in the spine. We're trying to get a shoulder chest movement here. Keep it solid, keep it simple, don't overcomplicate it. And if you have questions, let us know.